What is up? Welcome back to Under the Rim. Did you know this show's called Under the Rim?
We're talking basketball.
We're talking basketball.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court.
Oh, forgot about that part. A little Bow Wow.
It's just Bow Wow now.
I know, but it wasn't then.
Wasn't.
A little Bow Wow. It's weird that he likes the way they dribble up and down the court the best, though. I like the shooting and dunking.
Dribbling up and down the court is perhaps the worst part of the game.
It is, in fact. Yeah, unless you're like a sweet like ball handler, I guess, like Kyrie or AI or White Chocolate.
I know, but as a kid, I always had to carry a basketball with me just to dribble.
Yeah.
No matter where I went, I would always take one with me.
Oh, see, that's dumb. Should have used a tennis ball like Steph Curry.
You're right. That's why I didn't make it in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were using a basketball. But you got to practice harder than you play, bro.
Right. At least a lacrosse ball.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah. Just talking about it.
Is the show called Under the Rim?
Yeah, we used to call it Under the Rim. I'm putting it as Under the Rim in red circle.
Good. What is it typically? What was last episode? We've only done one episode so far.
What? I don't remember. I don't remember why I named it.
Are you just saying this because you fucked up?
No, I just forgot that it was called Under the Rim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing the show for 4 years.
It's weird to think about.
That is very odd to think about. But it is entirely college basketball season at this point.
Full swing. Little tip of the cap, obviously.
One more celebration for your Eagles.
For my Philadelphia Eagles. It's the parade today.
Yeah.
My mom's like, are you going to stream it? Probably not, Mom.
There'll be plenty of highlights on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll catch up.
Yeah.
Anything crazy happens.
It'll all be captured on video. Mm-hmm. It'll be just like you're there.
Because people want to trash our fan base. And I understand.
There's not trashing. They're just accurately recounting things you've done.
And that's fine as long as we don't have a shoot-in like the Kansas City Chiefs last year.
Right, exactly. Well, you might have a shooting again.
No. It's usually like 2 to 3 weeks apiece.
No, but I'm saying it'll be in the air again.
It'll be in the air.
Yeah.
Some sky pops.
You don't have the guts to shoot horizontal.
You're right. That's
You don't have the grit of those Midwestern fans.
We have more to live for. That's really what it is.
Probably than people in Kansas City. I agree with that.
Better food, better teams, Philadelphia.
I would agree. Philly's a better food city. Even though KC barbecue is the best, everything else, I would go Philly.
Yeah, but we've talked about this here. Like, you can only eat barbecue so many times.
Yeah, you
it's
really
a fucking
can't.
Salt bomb every day.
It's too salty. The only food I can eat consistently every day for the rest of my life is Mexican food.
Because when I eat barbecue, I'm not eating just a little barbecue.
No, I'm
gorging myself.
Yeah.
Just, at least 3 plates.
And then like I forget about the sides, and then I'm like, oh, I should have some mac and cheese or something.
Yeah, it's for the birds, baby.
Yeah, that's fair. Go Birds. Well, anyway, let's talk about some college basketball because that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, I'm excited actually. Was locked in this week for the UConn Creighton game.
Yeah, well, let's talk about UConn. Specifically, Dan Hurley. My question is...
showing the rings, telling the fans to go home.
Is Dan Hurley having a midlife crisis? Because he's been kind of a firecracker all year this year.
He's been a firecracker his entire career.
But he's been going... It's like he's so cemented in his job now that he is just popping off.
Yeah, because by definition, he's like the best coach in college basketball right now.
Oh, literally, yeah. But like he remember I think he got thrown out of the Maui tournament one day or something like that. Like he was screaming at refs.
You got to do that. You got to ride for your boys.
Now he's talking shit to Creighton fans. What'd he say to him?
I think he called somebody baldy, even though he himself is a bald man.
Not anymore. You win back-to-back championships. You're whatever you want to identify as at that point.
It's true. Dude, shout out, though, to McNeely. He's back. UConn might be back. He dropped 38. I believe in his last 9 games, they're 8-1. He's been banged up.
Oh, in his last 9 games.
No,
I was going to say, no,
yeah, he only, I believe that was his second game back.
Yeah, they've been pretty up and down lately. They, I mean, you can't really, I guess they had a...
They're a different team with McNeely, I'm telling you this. 5-star freshman.
Yeah.
They're going to get on a bit of a roll because their schedule's pretty weak, except for the St. John's game and the Marquette game.
Everyone else on their schedule is pretty soft. Big East is not great this year.
They have DePaul twice, I believe.
They have definitely played DePaul twice. Yes, won both games. DePaul's pretty
Oh,
bad.
no. Who's the other dog shit team in the Big East?
Seton Hall.
Yeah, they got Seton Hall twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. They still have 2 games against Seton Hall. They have Villanova at home, so they should be able to beat Villanova, even though Nova just knocked off St. John's.
They did, but it was a road game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For St. John's.
For St. John's.
Yeah. They get Marquette at home.
I mean, you should win your home game.
Yeah.
You should defend home court.
They're only projected to lose one more game, and it's away at St. John's.
And they're projected right now as an 8 seed, kind of on that cusp. That's a scary 8 seed.
That is a brutal 8 seed, especially.
It's a terrifying.
Especially
8 seed.
check this out. You get UConn as an 8 seed, and you're say number 1 seed Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue. I mean, whoever wins the Big Ten, good luck, guys. I don't know what happened. Like the Big Ten and the SEC, they just switched basketball and football abilities.
I gotta stop that fucking narrative right now. No, they didn't. The SEC is still better at football than the Big Ten.
Are we sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Who are the last 2 national champions?
That's fine, and that is a deserved argument for sure. The SEC is still the better football conference.
All I see is banners and anything you put on your stadium, like the 2017 national champions.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think the SEC is doing just fine in football, but they are really. What's funny is
Frauds.
We're going to talk about this. I think
Kind of like the Big Ten basketball. Michigan State, Purdue, the elite teams, bad. They're bad.
Here's the thing,
Michigan
though.
State's not going anywhere.
Here's the thing about the Big Ten with basketball, though. If you want to talk about hanging banners, were they ever that good?
They haven't won since Michigan State.
In 2000?
Yeah, 2000, 2001.
Yeah. Was it Mateen Cleaves?
There's no way you could say. This was pre 9/11.
I mean, it's been a long time. They've had, Michigan made a couple natties, I think, but yeah, like
Actually, no. Scratch that from the record. The last Big Ten team to win the national championship, Maryland.
yeah,
They were the ACC, but now they're the Big Ten. So technically, Maryland is
add
kind of
banners to
it's holding the fucking
hold the fort down.
torch for the Big Ten right now.
Yeah, the Big Ten has never been as good as I think the Big 12, who has also fallen off precipitously.
I think that was like my first really, outside of Villanova, one of my favorite college basketball teams was that 2002 Maryland team with Gary Williams
They
as
were
the coach.
fun.
Yeah.
They were fun. And what's fun about Maryland, too, is
Just giving it to Coach K.
fucking mean as fuck fans.
Yeah. They stole your pizza.
Yeah, I'm not even talking
They
about
famously stole Rob Fox's pizza.
They did, but I'm not even talking about them being garbage human beings. Like, they are, however garbage they are outside of that arena, in the arena, they are awful. Like, it is a good fan base. It is a very difficult place to play when they're good.
Yeah. Then you kind of need to get, I don't know, Van Pelt needs to rally all the boosters.
Yeah. I agree. It is, and look, Maryland is actually great this year, too. They're 17th in Ken Palm. They've got a good program. So.
Yeah. You got to do what homeboy, who's the wrestling booster for Iowa, he was tired of getting their ass kicked in by Penn State and all the Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
So he just threw in a shit ton of money to the Iowa wrestling team, and then they just got all these studs
So an NIL fund specifically for Iowa.
for wrestling.
That's so funny.
So yeah, dude, if you're Maryland, get every rich person from the University of Maryland, just contribute to the basketball team because
the football team's not going to do anything.
the football team has no chance.
Yeah. None.
And you can control more with basketball. Obviously, it's 5 guys on the court.
Yeah, you can concentrate your
You get
resources.
3 5 stars. You can get a couple transfers.
I think really you want one sick freshman surrounded by adults.
I think there's a recipe.
There is.
There's 2 stud freshmen that start, 1 stud freshman off the bench.
Okay.
Then you get
But
you get 3 just veterans.
yeah, absolute vets.
One of them being the point guard.
Yes, I do not think that the 5-star freshman should be the PG. Should be the 1.
Should be the forward.
Two.
It should just be 2 forwards.
Yeah. Honestly, you're more fucked, I feel like, playing against a college basketball team that has 5-star, 4s and 5s and a Cooper Flag type of guy. Yeah.
As long as they don't have to handle the ball. Although Cooper technically they keep put in his position as guard.
He's positionless.
He's not a guard.
He's not. He won't play guard in the NBA.
No.
But you know what? We're not in the NBA, so yeah.
But I mean, you got guys like Cooper Flagg, Liam McNeely, just soft names. Soft names.
Cooper Flagg is a lacrosse player's name.
Yeah.
Like entirely. But yeah, Dan Hurley, he's just on his fuck you tour at this point.
He can do whatever he wants at this point. He's lifetime contract. You got to think.
Yep.
He can do it. Yeah. He's untouchable.
And I agree with you. If their freshman is back and healthy, they're going to make a run. I don't think they're going to stay on the 8 line though.
No, they'll go down. I honestly could see UConn going down to like a 5 or a 6.
5, it probably goes 5 is a tough get just because people forget about this.
They run the table here. They're going to finish a top 25 team, obviously.
Yeah, you have to be in the top 25 more or less to get a 6 seed or higher.
Yeah, and I think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Because their schedule, again, I mean, you lose to St. John's in Madison Square Garden. Not a big deal.
Not
right?
going to bother you, yeah.
But you run the table the rest of the schedule. You beat Marquette. You beat Seton Hall twice. You beat Villanova.
And for what it's worth, UConn is currently ranked 27th in the AP.
Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah, they're right there.
I'm just letting you know, they're coming.
I agree with that. Speaking of coming, speaking of a man on a fuck you tour, let's finally talk about Slick Rick Pitino.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fully get into fucking St. John's and the comeback that they've had. Love that they played in Madison Square Garden. That's the best. I think at this point, you've got to put Rick Pitino on the incredibly short list for best college basketball coaches of all time.
Yeah, was that up for a question?
I think he's cemented it beyond a doubt. Like, I would put him ahead of a lot of guys who maybe 2 years ago you would say are even with him. This is not me being a homer here, but like I would put him above Bill Self, no question at this point.
Yeah.
I would put him above. I'm trying to think of even any great basketball coaches that are currently coaching instead of like recently retired.
I was going to say he's better than Boeheim.
Better than Boeheim, absolutely. Not higher than Coach K.
He's better than Izzo.
Yes, I agree. He's better than Izzo. I think he's probably better than Bob Knight.
Easily, yeah. He's better than fucking Coach K. I'll say it.
I know you'll say it. I don't
It's the
agree
easiest
with,
thing for me.
Don't agree with that at all.
Coach K's a bad guy.
I would
Everyone
say
knows it.
he's still below like Roy Williams, but it's close.
Did Roy Williams win at Kansas too?
He did, I believe.
right.
Yeah.
So
Actually, did Roy Williams win at Kansas?
no, I don't think he did. Right? Just North Carolina, or he did win at Kansas. He might have got one. At
I know
Kansas.
Larry Brown won at Kansas. I think Roy Williams made the final, but I don't think he ever won.
But he set up the team that did. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he only won at North Carolina.
Okay.
But he won 3 at North Carolina.
Yeah. And he's the man. Too.
And he's dope.
the man.
He's dope.
Like, who would I rather hang out with, Patino or Roy Williams? Roy Williams. 1,000%.
Wait, I'd rather hang out with Patino. What?
I mean, it depends what kind of time you're trying to have, you know?
That's fair.
No, Patino, we don't put enough respect on his name. Obviously, they revoked one of his titles.
I don't give a fuck. He's got 2 titles at 2 schools, Kentucky and Louisville. I think it's a big ask for him to get a title at St. John's, but he's not. It's not like this is his last year. He's going to coach till he dies.
Yeah, and I mean, the hate's only going to fuel him to live longer.
Oh yeah. So let's run down St. John's resume right now.
And listen, we were just as guilty as everyone else making the same, 10-second Rick Pitino jokes.
Yeah.
Him in the coat room.
Who cares? That's just efficiency. What, you going to fuck for an hour in the coat room?
No. You're trying to fucking sneak this in.
Yeah. 10 seconds. Let's just getting the job done.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for her. In the coat room, it's never for her.
No.
Nor should it be.
It's never for her with Rick Pitino in general.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No. He's full court press all the time.
He's got to get back to recruiting. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
and he's really the only guy that got fucked in that whole investigation. Like, obviously, he's buying strippers and,
doing stuff.
He's just being a head coach.
Yeah. It was the Wild West back then.
Yeah. He took the fall. There's plenty of other programs where the head coach didn't take the fall.
Like Roy Williams?
Yeah.
At fucking North Carolina?
Where they made up classes.
Fake fucking classes for the students? Are you kidding me? I mean, now it doesn't matter anymore. All the classes are fake, but...
Bill Self didn't go down with the fucking FBI investigation.
No.
Nothing happened.
They were definitely paying players.
Yeah, they're going full, like, court press on Bill Self in Kansas, and then North Carolina State eventually got like hit with sanctions. Like I don't know how that happened. It was just like this trickle down effect. Where
Different Adidas school.
yeah,
They had to hit one Adidas.
you had to get
school.
one.
Yeah, and they didn't want to hit Kansas. So fuck you, NC State. You should have won more games in the '80s. We might not have done it. So St. John's right now 9th in the AP poll, 16th in Ken Palm, first place in the Big East with a commanding lead over Marquette. Actually,
Well, they just lost to Villanova, so not as commanding. But.
over Marquette it is. Because Marquette's not in second place.
Right.
Creighton's in second, a game behind. Marquette is 2 games behind. And I'm just saying, with St. John's schedule left, let's see what Marquette's schedule is if they have.
It's okay. You don't have to win the fucking regular season Big East title. It's not a one bid league.
It's not, but it helps. Helps your seeding.
Speaking of which, did you see what for the tournament with like the Sun Belt did?
No.
They gave their top 4 seeds like 5 buys, which is good.
That's what you should, yeah.
Because only one team's going to get in. You don't want the shittiest team to get hot in your conference tournament.
You do not want a 13 win team to win your conference tournament.
So bring it up now. I'm telling you, Sun Belt conference tournament bracket. It's a revolutionary concept, and I love it.
Boy, let's see if they have a
because the first
here.
4 seeds get like 5 buys, then the 5 and 6 also get like 3 buys.
Let's see here. Oh my God,
It's
this
great.
is so bizarre. So it's basically the tournament is the whole bracket is just it's 2 branches, and essentially the shittiest teams have to play all the way through.
Good, as they should.
Yeah, all the way through. So in other conferences like the SEC, you get a double bye.
Yeah.
The top 4 teams get a double bye, and then the next 4 teams get a single bye, and then
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah,
Especially in these smaller conferences.
this bracket is fucking hilarious. So the 1 seed and the 2 seed start in the semifinals, and the 3 seed and the 4 seed start in the quarterfinals.
Yes, all's right with the Sun Belt.
I don't disagree with that.
They're doing things right.
Well, honestly, though, it also makes the regular season matter even more. Like, it's a big deal. It puts value on games in the Sun Belt. I think it's a genius way to do things.
If you're a mid-major, this is how it should be.
Yeah. I agree. I think because it makes every game hyper impactful. Because
And you're still, like, even if you have a shit season, you still have a chance, but now you have to go through the gauntlet.
yeah, and it's your fault for having a shit season.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's the best thing about college basketball.
What?
Everyone still has a chance.
That is the best thing about college basketball. That's why I like I think the college basketball regular season, I've said this before, is the best of the 6 major sports, 4 pro, 2 college of regular seasons because
You
it
can
has
underperform the entire year, but you get hot at the right time.
and you have the perfect amount of games where you're mad if you lose a game. Like you are like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think that's kind of the difference in why college basketball is more appealing than the NBA. NBA regular season, I don't care if they lose games.
It doesn't matter at all. But if you lose a game in college basketball, it's okay, you're not fucked. If you lose your rival, you're furious for many reasons. But you're like, okay, you're not fucked.
But everyone's giving full effort.
We got to turn it. Yeah, we got to turn it around still. Like, can't go on a 3-game losing streak.
Guys aren't sitting out. There's no like half-ass dicking around. You're at least the basketball is not as good, but you're getting like 100%.
And obviously the atmospheres are way better.
Yeah, for sure.
Like not even close to. Like that's how basketball should be.
You don't have to play DJ Khaled in the middle of
To get people excited.
Yeah.
It's fucking so dumb. St. John's, by the way, second best defense in the country to Tennessee.
Listen, St. John's and Tennessee, very similar where they're going to fucking cause chaos, they're going to cause havoc. I mean, St. John's runs more of a press, but they can't shoot, man.
That
These
is
teams
why
can't shoot. The same with Houston. They can't fucking shoot.
I kind of feel like St. John's, I think, is on the 5 line right now. And I think they'll probably play their way up to, they'll be between a 4 and a 6. I don't think they're going to go higher than 4.
They might be a 3 if they win the Big East.
If they win the Big East and run the table, they could get up to.
Say they win the tournament as well.
Yeah. Then, okay, they could get up to a 3, I think, if they do that. I love them as an upset in the tournament. because I was just looking at their numbers and shit like that. They don't have any bad losses, by the way. They lost to Baylor in double OT.
The only problem is, though, they get into a close game down the stretch.
Who's scoring?
They're not a good free throw team.
That's the other thing.
They can't shoot free throws and they can't shoot threes.
They are a fucking awful free throw shooting team, and they aren't really built to come back.
Patino literally said, I want to kill myself when they're at the free throw line.
It's bad. This team, I love this team. I love Rick Pitino.
Make them shoot, Rick.
This feels like a really good first or second round upset bid, depending on.
Like St. John's going to get upset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
I want to believe, though.
I want to believe, too. I want Rick Pitino in San Antonio.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I want Rick Pitino at Patos.
Yeah.
On City Walk.
With a hurricane thrown up across the street from the Alamo.
The best.
Yeah. But it's not going to happen. He's probably out weekend one, I think. The way they're so
I'm
good.
not buying that. They'll get knocked out in like the Sweet 16. They're good enough to beat whoever.
I think they're going to be a popular Sweet 16 pick, and I think it depends on matchups. It all depends on matchups for a team like St. John's. But if they get a matchup where, they play some team that bombs threes and that team gets up like 12 early.
You love Houston, but same team essentially in New York and
better athletes at Houston.
Okay.
But a better coach at St. John's.
Both good coaches.
Kevin Sampson's a great coach. Undeniably. I just think Rick Pitino is like an all-timer.
He is.
Speaking of coaches, I think somebody's going to lose their job at a major program.
To Gottlieb?
No. Definitely not to fucking Doug Gottlieb.
Well, he's definitely going to get fired.
Oh, he's definitely getting fired. We don't even need to talk about Doug Gottlieb. Doug Gottlieb's fucking worthless. It's so funny how fucking bad that program has gone.
Were they ever a thing? They weren't a thing.
No,
really.
I know.
That's why he
but
got hired.
They tried to make a hire, and Gottlieb's like an arrogant dude.
You need a name.
Just because you were a scrappy little white point guard at Oklahoma State. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like hiring one of us.
It pretty much. It is. And he still does his radio show. He still has another job while he's coaching the team. It's a horrible sign.
Oh, man.
A player can do that. Mm-hmm. A coach should have no time for that. Yeah. Like, it's one thing for like Travis Kelce to have a podcast, but like you can't do it as a fucking head coach.
Maybe in the NBA, but college?
No, yeah. No. Wait, no, I think JJ Redick quit his podcast.
Did he?
He's not doing it during the season?
Didn't Steve Kerr and like Popovich have a pod for a sec?
Probably, but I'm sure they half-assed the fuck out of it.
For sure.
Does Greg Popovich, Greg Popovich is like Bill Belichick. Does he even want to talk?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not about basketball.
No, about weird shit. He's like, Greg Popovich is essentially the personality mixture of Bill Walton and Bill Belichick. It's like he's halfway between.
Yeah, without the fun of Bill Walton.
Right. Right. It's
just the worst qualities of both men.
Pretty much. That's pretty accurate.
I kind of hate Pop.
He's annoying as fuck.
Pop kind of sucks.
He's really.
I mean, he's a great coach, but like, and I respect what he did with Duncan and whatever. But yeah, no, as a dude,
nah,
totally bad.
Not hanging out.
No,
with Pop, fucking ever. But there's one man who I feel awful for, who I loved, who I thought was a great hire, who I think he might be able to save his chances this year if he makes the tournament. But Porter Moser is having a bad time at OU.
That's just SEC, baby.
So this is the worst part for him.
He didn't sign up for this.
He comes into OU when the Big 12 is a fucking murderer's row of basketball programs. And, the OU was a little bit down. Like, they weren't awful, but they were not where they had been a few years prior to that. So he takes over the program. Obviously, it's kind of a clean slate. 3 brutal years in the Big 12. No tournament bids.
No.
Moves to the SEC.
He needs to go back. He needs to go back to Loyola.
Yeah. Moves to the SEC, an allegedly easier basketball conference, and comes in when it's arguably the best conference in college basketball history, right in year one.
There's a couple frauds. Let's mention them. Mississippi State, for one. Not a good team.
They're good enough to be in the tournament.
Beat somebody better than you. That's all I ask.
I think they have.
Who? Doug, their resume is kind of ass. Their non-con wasn't good, and they haven't beaten anybody in conference that's actually a decent team.
Their best wins out of they have some solid wins out of conference. They
have like 2 wins that are decent.
They beat SMU at SMU. That's a tournament team.
Cool.
They beat Pitt. That should be a tournament team.
Pitt's not that good.
They're a bubble team minimum. And they beat Memphis at Memphis.
Which penny's gonna penny. Like, you can catch Memphis any night.
Yeah, but they do have an OT win against Ole Miss at home, and actually they play each other
at home rivalry game.
Yeah,
in overtime.
But there are other.
Now go through the rest.
I'll tell you who they've lost.
Just lost at home to Florida.
They just lost at home to. They got blown out at home by Florida. They got blown out at home by Missouri. They lost at home to Alabama in a really good, really close game that they blew down the stretch.
At home.
At home. They got blown out by Tennessee on the road. They got blown out by Auburn on the road, but it's Auburn. And they lost to Kentucky at home.
Yeah, they're frauds.
I agree. They're soft. I would say that's a good upset pick week 1, but they might be a 10 seed. So,
oh yeah,
they feel
not an upset. Yeah.
They feel like a 10.
Maybe
an 11.
Maybe if they whatever 7 seed they get, they'll be favored.
They could be. Yeah,
they could be like a 2-point favorite.
I will say this, dude. Mississippi State can get hot. They can get hot.
Cool, dude.
But yeah, Porter Moser though. The OU is in right now. He's on. They're Lenardi's last 4 bye teams. If they don't make the tournament, he's fired. There's no fucking way he's not fired.
It was funny though. I guess somebody in the group, I think as a troll, posted. I hope, or at least I hope, right? It wasn't in earnest.
Yeah.
In the Drinking Bros Sports group, that the SEC was 500 against itself.
That's been like a running joke online.
Yeah.
Because I saw there was an interview with Mark Pope the other day. It's like, what do you have to say about since SEC played?
And I thought Ross took it as a joke too at first.
He did not.
He did not, no. Yes, guys, how conference games work is somebody wins and somebody loses. Every conference is 500.
At the end of the season. Every single conference.
That's math, baby.
Yeah. Are you sad that Porter Moser wasn't more successful at OU?
I don't give a fuck about Porter Moser.
I loved those Loyola teams with fucking Lurch.
I didn't.
Yeah, because they
knocked off my Illinois, my sweet babies.
It wasn't a bracket. Well, you picked them in the bracket, but it was your Calcutta, right? Or whatever, the auction.
Yeah. I spent like, I don't know, the year with Io and Kofi. I spent like $1,000 on Illinois. Because it's not just to win the Natty chance. Like, it's not just
you stack money for every win.
Every win you get money out of the pot.
Right.
So I was like, all right, they can go pretty far. They should be at least, an Elite 8 team.
Yeah.
I'll at least get my money back and then some. Nah, we lost to fucking Loyola Chicago.
Round. Yeah, not.
So Porter Moser's always in my forever shit list.
On your fuck you list. Yeah, I think Porter's definitely done if he doesn't get the tournament bid. I think if they make the tournament as like an 8 seed or a 10 seed or whatever, and they lose in the first round, I kind of think he's also done. I think he's going to need to win at least one game in the tournament to save his job right now, which I don't think OU fans even want. Like, I think they want him gone. That's the chirping I see online anyway.
Sure. Who are you going to replace him with, I guess? Just get another
guy?
Dude? Get a guy?
Another guy? Another mid-major guy?
Get somebody that is innovative at least. Just get one of like Nate Oates' underlings.
Yeah.
Just a guy that fires threes.
Yeah.
Get a system.
Are there any?
You want an identity. As a college basketball team, you really just want an identity.
Yes. There's some schools whose identity is just we always have insane recruits, like Duke or something like that.
Used to be Kentucky, but they've moved on more. They're like more adult now.
Right. But these teams with identities, whether it's defense or like steals and threes.
We muck it up.
What?
It's like we muck it up.
We muck it up dirty. Or we shoot lights out. Or that's what I love about Dennis Gates. He's 3 and steals. Like, he loves his teams getting steals, loves his teams shooting threes.
That's what I love about Nate Oates, even though Nate Oates is a bad man. He's a bad dude.
He's covered up a little murder.
A lot of murder.
Yeah.
A lot of things, actually. He's covered up quite a few things.
Not a great guy. He's not a great guy. But he
guys.
has a system he likes. And that's why Boeheim was so good for so many years before eventually it just stopped working.
I mean, he literally killed a man.
He did literally kill a man, yeah. But that was that guy's fault.
Then wasn't it a pedestrian?
Yeah, crossing a highway, an interstate.
Life is a highway, Rob.
Well, then that man knew what he was getting into.
Yeah, poor Boeheim, I guess.
Yeah, it's not great for him.
I think Buddy right now is just tearing up the G League.
Is he?
I think he's one of the top scorers in the G League. Is Buddy Boeheim?
Good for him. Probably fucking putting Bronny James to school.
Doesn't Bronny keep he doesn't travel though, right?
I don't know if that's still a thing. It was.
It's like
He'll
no,
only
he
be playing
doesn't.
home games.
We're not sending him to Fort Wayne. He's not going to South Dakota.
Bronny don't ride the bus.
No.
No.
Home teams only.
Yeah. It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, OU probably going to recalibrate after this year. Porter Moser, though, I still think is a good coach. I think he'll get hired at maybe like a low-tier Big East school. I don't think he's going to go back to mid-major. I think he'll get hired at like a low-tier ACC or Big East school or something like that.
Maybe.
And see,
ACC's bad.
ACC is down real
ACC
bad.
might as well be a mid-major.
I think ACC is like a 3 or 4 bid league at this point. It sucks. Like Clemson has been and Duke. Oh, and Louisville.
Yeah.
And SMU. That's it. They're probably a 4 bid league.
I keep forgetting SMU's in the fucking ACC.
I don't think Wake Forest has the resume for it.
Nope.
And then everyone below that is, North Carolina's 14-11. Speaking of dudes who are fucking fired.
He's not fired.
You have to fire him.
Dude, he just made the finals. Not that long ago.
Hubert Davis is getting worse and worse. All right, you don't want to fire him? You want to leave it?
I think one bad year, fine. But next year, he might be on the hot seat. For sure.
How'd they do last year?
Dude, is the curse of Caleb Love as soon as he left?
Yeah, all right, they were good last year. Fair enough. They were kind of bad. The year they made the finals, though, or I'm sorry, they're kind of bad the year before that. And the year they made the finals,
they weren't good in the that year. They just got hot. Yeah, Caleb Love started playing his fucking dick off in the tournament.
Yeah, actually, they were better than we remember that year, but they weren't.
They were kind of underwhelming though. Like Baycott
Yes.
also started playing well in the tournament.
Yeah. But yeah, the ACC is easily a 4-bid league. It's pretty down
That's
bad.
grim. That's not up to snuff. That's not ACC standard.
I'll tell you what, dude.
They need to start spending money.
I don't know that I think the Big 12's down kind of bad too.
Nah, we're just beating each other up.
Yeah, okay.
We're 500 against each other.
How many bids does the Big 12 get? The line is basically
let's go Houston,
yes,
Arizona.
yes, Tech, yes.
Tech might be the sneaky team out of the Big 12.
I think so too.
They're good.
They have a really good offense and a solid defense. Obviously, Iowa State is in, Kansas is in, and then you get murky with Baylor and BYU.
I think Baylor's in.
Baylor's probably in, but they're only 15-9.
Yeah.
And BYU, who has the number 1 recruit in the country, at 16-8.
You put them in for fun.
I would over someone else, yeah. And then you get down to K-State, who's 13-11. So
K-State's got some good wins.
I know, but
they need to start. They need to run the table. Probably.
They need to basically run the table. If they can win out, which is going to be tough.
They just started out so poorly. I don't know what happened to K-State.
I think they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They went on a 6-game losing streak, and not again. And
it's not ideal.
It was an ugly one, like losing to Oklahoma State, who's real bad this year. There's just a lot of Big 12 teams that
What is happening in Stillwater? What happened to all their sports?
I don't know, man. It's rough.
Oklahoma State used to be like a very solid college basketball team.
Punchy program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gundy was supposed to be like a 9 to 10 win guy every year. Dude, what is? I guess fucking, T-Boone died.
That's it. That's what happened.
So the money gone. It all dried
Is
up.
it? I feel like he bequeathed it to them.
Or it's not being spent well. Was he running the program?
It sounds like it. Yeah. I'm going to say the Big 12 gets 6 bids.
That's not great for the Big 12.
No, you want to be in at least 8-bid territory.
I had such promise for us. We started out so well. I was like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah, we're gonna get like a fucking 9 seed this year. No, we might not even get in the NIT.
What even is there even another conference that's that great? I guess the Big Ten, but
Big Ten's not good.
It's not. So the Big Ten, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams are solidly in for sure. Then you get down to Ohio State.
Do you buy any of them?
What?
Do you buy any
No.
of them? Wisconsin, Purdue, Michigan State.
I do think Wisconsin is a interesting team. Actually, I do. I don't buy it.
I don't trust Guard ever. Greg Gard's awful.
I they're interesting. But,
He's trash.
But fair enough.
The fucking like 4 years ago, the team revolted against him. I don't know how he kept his job.
That's really funny. No one stayed on the plantation, I guess.
Well, that was Creighton.
I know, but I just use it for all teams now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he kept his job.
After he did, well, he has a lifetime contract.
He's McDermott. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
I think after Illinois, Ohio State's the only other team that has a shot. So they are at best, like what, 7 bid league. It's really just
Ohio State could be okay. They seem to be underwhelming.
They are underwhelming, but I think they have some good wins.
And they're always respected by the analytics.
The analytics like them. Oh, also it's that their schedule was fucking insane. Like they played a ridiculous schedule, and got some good wins out of it. They beat Texas, they beat Kentucky, and then they've racked up some good Big Ten wins. They beat Purdue, they beat Maryland, they beat. That's it actually. They need to win.
Yeah,
Ohio State needs to get to 21 wins, including Big Ten.
I think they're getting in.
Yeah.
Regardless. They get to like 19, 20, they're fine.
I don't think they're going to get in with 19. But everyone's down so bad. Like every conference is down so bad, you might get a fair amount of 19 team wins. It's a good year to be second place in a mid-major.
Yeah. And then, I mean, let's think about the obscure conferences, right? Like the fucking, like Gonzaga, St. Mary's.
They'll both get in.
They'll both get in. Will a third team from?
The WCC?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, San Francisco, I think, is a threat to get in. They're 20-7.
Yeah, San Francisco will get in.
And
they've been a steady program the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Can't say they have any amazing wins necessarily outside of conference.
Right.
Their best one is probably Boise State, who is solid. But I think San Francisco is good enough to get. Like, I mean, who would you rather have in, honestly, San Francisco or fucking like K-State or some shit like that?
Give me San Francisco.
All day, all fucking day, dude. I mean, the WCC has 2 teams in the top 21, and then San Francisco's top 70. So yeah, I could see. I think WCC is a 3-bid league this year.
Okay. What about the Mountain West?
Let's check them. Let's check the MWC.
They've kind of been under the radar too.
Ooh. Okay. 3 interesting teams out of the Mountain West. New Mexico, 21-4 overall, ranked 37th in KenPom. Utah State, who has been a great program the last couple of years, 22-3. They're 51st in KenPom, and then Boise State, 44th in KenPom, 17-7.
Damn, dude, what's San Diego State up to?
They're a little further behind. They're 16-6, 50th in KenPom. They're the only other viable team.
I think, yeah, that's probably a 4-bid league.
San Diego State is okay. I'll look at San Diego State.
San Diego State, I think,
Ooh.
non-con had some good wins.
Ooh, they have 2 great wins non-con. They beat Creighton and they beat Houston.
Yeah, I think San Diego State could probably squeak their way in.
Get them to 20 wins. Get San Diego State to 20 wins.
Dog, if Houston's like a top 3 seed and they have a win over Houston,
Yeah, I agree.
that resume, I mean, they're going to be fine. I think San Diego State's in.
I think they're going to get to. They're projected to get to 21 wins without the conference tournament. I think Mountain West is a 4-bid league actually. Look at that.
Look at that. As many bids as the fucking ACC.
Literally.
College basketball is just changing.
The landscapes are changing. Yeah, it gets pretty grim after that, but damn, all right. We are brought to you by MyBookie.com, by the way. Go to MyBookie.com, use promo code DrinkerBros to double your first deposit up to $1,000. If you bet regularly like we do on MyBookie, you're in the MyBookie Plus rewards program. You don't have to sign up. Doesn't cost anything. You just qualify. Your account qualifies after a while. And that's a really cool program where you get exclusive bets, rake back. So if you have a bad weekend or whatever, they'll toss a little money back and say, hey, have some fun. Tons of promotions. They do a big March Madness bracket where you can win. I don't know what it is this year, but in the past it's been like $1 million if you win the bracket or some shit like that. They have a lot of cool bracket competitions and stuff like that. They also have a live casino. We'll be playing on that later at MyBookie.com on the live casino tab, playing some blackjack. But MyBookie is where we make all our bets on college basketball. And again, the promo code Drinking Bros will double your first deposit up to $1,000. So let's make like a college basketball player and bet on some college basketball.
Let's do it. Some player props.
We have the game of the year, part 1 this week. this weekend, I should say.
The Iron Bowl.
The Iron Bowl in basketball. This is the first time in SEC history.
1 versus 2?
Yeah, ever in SEC basketball history. Auburn on the road at Bama. So, by the way, lines don't come out till the day of. Mm-hmm. So these lines are from Ken Pom. I tell you that every week.
Which are always accurate.
They are always right on the money. Maybe Ken Pom doesn't do half points. So there might be a half point on or off. But, yeah.
The bookmakers get lazy on one sport. So they're just like, here, take the data.
Yeah, take the Ken Pom data. But, yeah, I cannot wait to watch this game. This game is going to be fucking incredible.
Saturday.
Auburn at Bama. Auburn's a 1-point favorite. Both these teams are high scoring.
What time's this game at?
Teams are incredibly skilled. This game is
midday night.
4 o'clock Eastern, so 3 o'clock Central. So right in the middle of the day.
Okay.
Good time to play. I think Alabama's going to be up for this game, like the crowd is.
Bama by a billion.
I love Bama here as a home dog. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they actually open as a 1-point favorite.
Bama's going to make it rain threes. It's going to be a big win for NATO.
They just fucking put it to Texas.
Yeah.
Bad in Austin.
And Auburn just kind of squeaked by Vandy.
They didn't squeak by Vandy.
They kind of squeaked by Vandy, dude.
They won by 12?
Yeah.
It was a little close for a while.
Scrappy game against Vandy.
They did. I will say, more interestingly, Florida beat them kind of handily. Mm-hmm. Florida's great, but Auburn losing by 9 is not something I expect. They only have 2 losses. The other one was by 6, and that was at Duke.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, so Auburn losing at home to Florida. And I will say this, the Vandy game was a little closer than people thought it was going to be, so they've been playing down a little bit. I love Bama at home. You got to take Bama at home. And then, obviously, there's a revenge game after that. But
Bama first, Auburn second.
Yeah, I love Bama at home here.
They'll split.
If you like college basketball at all, this game is a must-watch. This is going to be the best game of the season, part 1.
Yeah. Or it could be a massive failure to live up to expectations.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I don't either. It'll be good. Last second.
Yeah. Next up, my Houston Cougars.
Whoever they're playing.
3-point favorite at Arizona.
Oh, yeah, dude. Give me the Wildcats.
I got to tell you, man.
Give me Caleb Love and the boys.
I don't know what it is. You don't like Houston. I don't know what it is. I just never have any faith in Arizona.
You think they're soft?
I think they're soft. Houston.
You think they're Gonzaga light?
Kinda. Sorry, it's not Houston. Arizona just lost on the road at K-State. Huge win for K-State to stay in the tournament conversation. I will say this. Arizona, since conference play has begun, since they've gotten into their weak-ass conference, they've been on fire.
All right. Cool it with your fucking SEC bias bullshit. Dude, I can't wait till you guys all get in the tournament and lose, like, the first weekend.
We're all gone by the Elite Eight. Yeah. We're literally like a quarter of the field. No one's left.
You guys were fluffed up.
Yeah. But Arizona, I'll give them credit. They played a brutal non-conference schedule, but then not to their credit, they lost all of those games. Every tough game they played in the non-conference, they lost.
That was always my, favorite in the 4-team college football playoff was, we played a hard schedule. I was like, yeah, but you didn't beat anyone.
Right. At some point, you can't just beat quality losses.
Right.
I love Houston here. I think Houston puts it to Arizona. Arizona ain't ready. I want to see if they played already. They haven't.
Nope. Give me Arizona at home. It's going to be a ruckus environment in Tucson.
I do like Tucson. That'd be a fun college town.
Have you been to Tucson?
Yeah, I've been to Tucson.
Why?
I don't know. Why not?
No, but why were you there?
We went on a very cheap baby moon. They had a nice 4 seasons in the desert on a golf course.
Okay.
Just chilled by the pool.
But why not just Scottsdale? It's not that far away.
Yeah, I don't know. We just went where we wanted to go.
Okay. Tucson's a little cheaper.
It was. Yeah, we were broke at the time. Broke. I don't even think I was an official employee here yet. I was being paid by Tetherball Academy Media, but I think it was under the table.
Okay. Those were the days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love Houston. Fuck Arizona. They'll make the tournament, but Arizona's soft. That's another team I love as a 5 seed that gets knocked weekend 1. No question.
Okay. Yeah, Houston, right? They're getting knocked out first weekend.
Yeah. Wisconsin at Purdue. Purdue is a 4-point favorite.
Purdue just lost. Give me Purdue. The little bounce back spot.
I think Wisconsin is such an interesting team. I really do. They're excellent offensively and defensively. The only things they don't do well, quote unquote, well defensively is they don't turn you over and they don't get blocks. Mm-hmm. But like that, you don't need to do that to play good defense. So they're getting dinged in the defensive analytics for basically the style of defense they play.
Yeah.
I think they're a much better team than the analytics say. They beat Arizona in the non-con, and they've been stacking up Big Ten wins. They did lose to Marquette, but they've only lost 2 games out of their last 12. I think Wisconsin's hot right now. Purdue, same situation as Arizona, just soft boys.
I actually like this Purdue team better than last year's.
Better than
because I just hate Zach Edey.
I watched a Grizzlies game the other day.
I don't care that he was dominant and how. I mean, obviously they made the fucking finals last year. I just don't respect it.
No. Have you watched him in the NBA?
No.
I watched a Grizzlies.
I refuse to. I refuse to watch Zach Edey ever play basketball.
I watched a Grizzlies game the other day because I've always enjoyed the Grizzlies and John Morant's dope, and it was so difficult watching that man run up and down the court. Like
he's an abomination to humanity.
It's essentially when the game gets fast, it's 4-on-5.
He needs to just be put down. He needs out of his misery.
Turn him into glue. He's just a big horse.
He's just a Frankenstein-esque creation.
I kind of like Wisconsin here. I kind of like Wisconsin to get a dub. It's hard for me to say that Purdue's going to lose 2 games in a week, but
especially at home.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Wisconsin here.
Have it, dude. Next up,
we got the Egg Bowl Part 2. Your Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Give me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is a 6-point favorite.
Ole Miss big.
Here's the thing about
Chris Beard's not going to lose to Mississippi State twice.
I don't think so either. Here's the thing about Ole Miss. You're right. Mississippi State, soft, overrated, started out really hot, and then has gotten ground down in conference play. I don't think Ole Miss is that good either.
I don't either, but like they're at home. They already lost in overtime to Mississippi State, who are frauds. You'll get one back.
Do you like by 6?
Yeah, because like college basketball, it's a single-digit line. You're gonna get to free throws at the end of the game. So,
yeah. I kind of like.
They'll win by 8 or 9.
I think Ole Miss wins this game. I do not think they cover. Right. I kind of like Mississippi State to cover. This is if Mississippi State is ever going to have a fucking wake-up call.
They're not.
It's got to be this game.
All right, so you're taking Mississippi State in the points?
Yes, I don't think they win, though. Next up, a team who really needs a dub against a team that's just quietly awesome. Kentucky -1 at Texas. Texas being the one needing the dub.
Kentucky's not quietly awesome.
People aren't talking about Kentucky like they usually do.
Because they're banged up and they don't play defense.
I really like this Kentucky team if they get healthy. They swept Tennessee. They've got great wins over A&M and Florida at Kentucky. They beat Louisville.
How many points is Texas getting at home?
What?
Is Texas getting points at home?
Yes.
How many?
1.
Give me a desperate Longhorns team to beat Kentucky.
Longhorns on a 3-game skid right now.
That's fine.
Lost 4 of their last 5. They're still projected in the field, but like they can't keep losing.
They got to win this game.
Here's the thing, though. The rest of their schedule, pretty soft. Mm-hmm. As soft as the SEC can be.
They'll get this. It'll propel them to win out. Here we go.
I think they lose this game.
Hook them.
And then maybe win out.
I mean, they beat a fraud-ass Missouri team, so they can beat a fraud-ass Kentucky team.
Yeah. All right. I'm taking Kentucky. And then last but not least, another team I just like to pick teams you hate.
For all the picks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michigan State at Illinois. Illinois is a 4-point favorite.
Illinois by 10.
I kind of like that, too. I kind of think Illinois rolls. Michigan State just lost to Indiana at home. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Here's why Michigan State wins. They're pissed they didn't get Izzo his Big Ten record-breaking win
That's fine. He's
They're
not
going to
getting
get it.
here.
They're going to get it against Illinois
Not against Brad Underwood in Champaign.
in Champaign.
Nah.
Yeah. No, I actually do like Illinois here. Michigan State's going to have to wait for that record breaker. Illinois probably wins by
Izzo wants
8.
it at home anyway.
What?
He probably wants that win at home anyway.
True.
Can't
He's
be
going to wait.
popping Champagne in Champagne.
No, he's going to wait. Yeah, all right.
on the nose.
I'll take Illinois in the points. That is all the games I got today to preview.
Yeah, I'm excited. Rest
Number
of the
one
college basketball season.
I love college basketball so much.
We're in the swing of it. We'll actually get to watch the games now because there's nothing else on.
It's great background.
Yeah,
It really is great background.
as I'm cooking when I go home,
Yeah.
getting ready for the gym.
I love it so much. All right, well, that's all I got. For Dan Regester, I'm Rob Fox. You just got under the rim.
We're playing basketball.
We're
playing basketball.